Good morning, technically. Happy Thankful Thursday, everybody. My name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, and we will just get going. So hello, Jillian. Hello. So today I'd like to start off like I always do on Thursdays and talk about the things that I am grateful for. So hello, Joe. So let's do that first. Hello, ex-dude, I'm good. How are you? Jen Archer, good morning. Mia, hello. Good morning, Jillian. Okay, here we go. So today I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I am grateful for my children, my home, my family, my husband who turned 46 yesterday. He's old. And just kidding. And I'm grateful for my office. I'm grateful for my everything I do. I'm grateful for my car that runs and is licensed because I just got it relicensed yesterday, 2 days ago. Grateful for all of the things in my life, my pillow, my bed, all the good stuff. What are you guys grateful for? Tell me in the chat here, and then let's get moving. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. Let me just move my camera cord here. Okay. We have Mr. GG back in the house. Hey, it's been a minute. How are you? I'm happy to see you. Dawn Elizabeth is grateful for her local food bank. I've been there, my friend, and I'm grateful that you have that available to you as well. Jillian says she's thankful for queenbeing.com. Thank you, my friend. That means a lot to me. And see you later, Baber. Oh, that's a good one. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Happy to see you. Ex-dude says thankful Thursday, right? I'm thankful for good food and family. That is awesome. Thank you. I'm thankful for those things too. Cute Rabbit says, hello, lovely angel. Hello, cute rabbit. How are you? Good morning, Jillian says, if you're experiencing audio difficulty, please refresh your browser. Thank you, Jillian. Vicky in the house says, good to see you. Good to see you too, Vicky. How are you? And Katie Bick is here. Hello, Katie. How are you doing? Welcome. Jen Archer says, happy birthday to him. Thank you, Jen. And Debbie says, hi, Angie, I'm off today. Awesome. Debbie Miller-Walsh. She says, thankful I can spend the entire time with my family. I love it. And Jillian says, hello, Dawn and all. Dawn says hi to Katie. Hey, Stacy, the sparkling star. How are you? Good to see you. She says, good morning to myself and everyone. And Cute Rabbit says, happy birthday to Bill. Thank you. Jen Archer says, hello, Dawn and all. And Stacy. Dawn Elizabeth says, hello. Stacy says hi to Dawn. Catherine Chrisman, hello, welcome. She says, good morning, I'm thankful for you. You have no idea, Angie. Well, thank you so much. That means a lot to me, Catherine. See you later. Baber says, thank you so much for what you do. Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. And let's see here. We have Stacy said, I'm thankful for my girlfriend and my coffee. Girl, I am also thankful for coffee. And I feel you on the girlfriend, I think. Sort of, anyway. Let's see here. And Shar, hello, Shar, welcome back. She says, I'm thankful for this group. Hello, Dawn. And Stacy says, and she's thankful for her cats. I forgot to mention that I'm also thankful for my cats. Although our kitten has left the building recently due to a guest who mistakenly let him out. So we're a little worried about him, but hopefully he'll be okay. He's not technically a little kitten anymore. He's like almost a year old, but still he's never been out before. So we're a little worried. Moving right along. Maria says, thankful for you, thankful for life and feeling so good lately. That lipstick is popping. Thank you. Appreciate you, Maria. And I feel you on all that stuff. Also thankful for you. Let's see here. Malta. Hey, Malta. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here today. Says, good morning, all. I'm grateful for wonderful coffee, and I have the opportunity to join today's stream. That is awesome. I'm thankful for Malta as well. Stacy said she's also thankful for me. Thank you, Stacy. Let's see here. Malta has love for Jillian and Dawn, who also says hello to Malta. And Dawn says, hi, Maria, and Pam Hall is here. Hello, Pam, and hello, Lynn Kent and Theo. Welcome back. Welcome back. Dang it. I hate when that happens. Okay, Yvette Perez is here. Hello, Yvette. She says, this is my second live chat. I'm definitely grateful for you in the past 3 weeks, even though I got duped for the 1,000th time this weekend. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm so happy to hear that you are, starting to move in the right direction, because every step toward what you want is one step away from what you don't want. So keep going. Stay strong. It's worth it. I promise. All right, let's see here. And we have Mr. Gigi says, I'm thankful for the narc knowledge from you to keep us ahead of their mind games. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. And Dawn Elizabeth says, hello to Lynn and Pam. We have cute rabbit in the house. Do you know? Oh, honey, I wish I could say yes. She said, do you know of a narc who healed from narcissism? No, unfortunately, I don't. I've never found an actual case. And when I went through, I did several interviews with other YouTubers over the course of a couple of months a while back. And I asked them as well, are you familiar with anyone who's actually, healed from it or been able to change their ways? And unfortunately, the answer is inevitably no. I mean, do I think it could happen? Sure. I think there's some possibility that it could happen, but I think the work required is beyond the ability of a narcissist in most cases, because, they have to admit something is wrong first to start with. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. In fact, there is a YouTuber who says he cures narcissists. So somebody reached out to me and asked me to look into that stuff, which I did. And that person, I didn't agree with his theory. But on top of that, I actually had 2 of his patients' wives, he only works with male narcissists, reach out to me and say, it's not working. So that was tough, but it certainly left us thinking the same thing we thought to begin with, is that they don't heal. Could they? I think so. Do they? No, not usually. I've never seen it. Yeah. Let's see here. And we have Dawn Elizabeth says, love back at you, Pam, and thank you. Jen says, wait, me too. Thankful to be getting life. Angie, you rock, sister. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate you. And Ron Nelson in the house. Hey, Ron, welcome back. He says, hey, everyone, and hey to me. And X-Dude says, hey, Angie, something has been troubling me. My parents were involved in a finance case, and my father won against my mom, who's an overt narcissist. I don't know how that's possible. My guess is, so your mom is the narcissist. My guess is the judge saw through your mom. There are certain things you can't unprove. So I guess I don't understand the question that you're asking me entirely. But you don't understand how your dad won the case against your mom. My guess is he had proof and she didn't. But tell me if I'm wrong. Catherine says, I'm sorry about the kitten. Yeah, I'm a little bummed about the kitten, but I'm trying to stay positive because one of my other cats did this. At one point, he left for 4 days, and it was, shortly before we got him neutered. So that's the same deal here. We were planning on getting Karma neutered this week, and then he left. So I'm hoping he's okay. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Send light and love to Karma, everybody, which is my kitten's name, for those who don't know. Jillian says, marvelous Malta. I'm thankful for you. We are all thankful for you. And you too, Jillian. Thank you for being here, my friend. Pam Hall says, thankful for all my critters. And Dawn Elizabeth says, hey, Ron and Thea. And Lynn H-Town in the house. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Stacy the Sparkling Star says, oh, I'm sorry. I'm worried about your kitten too. I'm sure he or she knows they are loved. Yeah, he is loved, and I hope he will come back soon. Yes. Dawn Elizabeth says, hello, Lynn. And Ron Nelson says, hey to Malta. Jen says, kittens are smart and they know where to go when they're hungry. Yeah, we've been leaving food out on the porch. We're hoping that'll help. So Lynn says, hello to Dawn. X-Dude says, something about my dad isn't feeling right to me. He doesn't seem to be codependent, but also doesn't completely behave like a narcissist. He's a highly confused person and manipulative. Can you tell me what I'm dealing with? Ooh, interesting. I think that I would need to know more information about him to give you a really accurate statement about what I think he is or is not. Excuse me. But if he's not completely, I guess my question, X-Dude, is, does your dad have empathy? Do you see him caring how other people feel? And if so, have you ever been the recipient of that concern? And if so, that's what I would ask. If he does show empathy, if he shows that he cares how you feel ever, then that's a good sign that he's not a narcissist. If he, he might have some other thing going on. If your mother's a narcissist and he has been abused by your mother, emotionally or whatever, then certainly he could be a codependent or some type of a codependent. He could also be someone who is, has narc fleas. I did a video on that if you want to check that out. But let me know your thoughts on this, and so I can give you a better answer. Hello, Thea. I like your little heart faces. Those are cute. And Ron Nelson says hello to Dawn Elizabeth. Jillian says prayers for your kitty. Thank you. I need them. James says, hey, everyone. What's up? Hey, James. How you doing, honey? And Malta says, thank you, Jillian. Grateful for you too and Angie and our amazing mod squad. Hashtag mod squad. Yes, please. Awesome. Lynn Kent says, and I'm also grateful for the mod squad, everybody. Lynn Kent says, I'm having a bad day today with cognitive dissonance. We'll talk to us, Lynn. Tell us what's going on. Let's see what we can do here. Breon Garner says, good morning. Hello, Breon, with your beautiful face. How are you? I missed you. I hope you're doing well today. And Dawn says, hey to Breon. And Malta says, Ron, James, and Breon, hello. And Jen Archer says, my mom is the same, a narc with dementia. Oh, good question. Now that is a possibility. If that's what you're talking about, certainly dementia could be a thing. You might want to watch, but if his dad is the one that he's talking about, and he doesn't think his dad's a narcissist, that could be a whole other ball of wax. It's got to be hard to have a narcissist with dementia. You might want to check out my video on the collapsed narcissist. I plan on making some more of those in that older narcissist area as well. Jillian says, Lynn, Angie did some recent videos on this that are fabulous. After chat, why not check them out? Just do a search on her channel for cognitive dissonance. Thank you, Jillian. Let's see. Whoop, I lost my place. Sorry. I hate when that happens. Catherine says, thank you for the honesty regarding narcissist recovery. My pleasure. Lynn says, will do, thank you. And James says, hey, Dawn, how you doing? Stacy says, Angie, what kind of eyeliner and lip are you wearing? The eyeliner is just a pencil. It's an eyeliner pencil. It's a fat one. I think it's L'Oreal. And the lipstick is also L'Oreal. It's like a lip stain, and then I just have a little gloss on the top of it. It's not a stain. It's like I think it's like that all day long lipstick or something. I can't remember the actual brand, but I do have on Queen Being, there's a page that's called Stuff Angie Loves. I think you can get to it from the front, and it's my lipstick favorites are listed in there. So, and I can try to update that as well. Misty Dawn says, good morning. I heard it through the grapevine that my soon-to-be ex, whom I filed an injunction, aka restraining order on, is on the hunt for a last-minute attorney. Ew. Well, a last-minute attorney is, oh, and you're doing it alone. That's so hard. Oh my gosh. You might want to think about getting somebody on your side as well. A last-minute attorney may not be the very best kind of, they might not have the ability to be as prepared. But doing it alone is a little scary, because even if you are the right, the honest one, it might be harder to prove that if they have an attorney who's, a real go-getter. I don't really know the best advice to give you on this, but I would tell you that if you could possibly have someone standing next to you, that would be really helpful. Jillian might be able to offer you better advice on that. So I will see if she's if she wants to leave a comment for you on that. I think you might want to try to find an attorney if possible. Or at least, oh, there, Jillian already took care of it. Okay. Thank you, Jillian. She says, Misty, you might call your state or local bar association and ask if they have pro bono attorneys. There may be a waiting list, but sometimes they can refer you to a low-cost sliding scale attorney. Thank you, Jillian. See, I should have just read ahead. Thank you, Jillian. I appreciate you. Okay. And Catherine says, are there t-shirts available with your cute logo? I don't really know. I don't think we've done that really officially yet, but I can make one. I can have one made for you. Yeah, absolutely. We can do that if you're interested. In fact, I'm getting ready to, I can't decide how I'm doing it, but I bought a whole bunch of really, I give away bracelets and stuff all the time in the SPAN group. And well, my people do. But I just bought a huge stock of them because somebody asked me, well, what if I just want to buy one so I don't have to wait to win it? So I'm getting ready to put those together. I was thinking about maybe, giving them as part of a course or something, or by themselves. Why don't you guys help me out and decide? Should I do them as part of a course, or should I do them as just a separate item by themselves? Let me know what you think about that on the bracelets. But yeah, we'll look into the t-shirts as well. James says, yay, Dawn Elizabeth, I'm glad. And Katie Helena is here. Hello, Katie. How are you? Welcome. She says, Angie, thank you. I left my narcissist 15 months ago and have stayed strong. That's amazing. Congratulations, Katie. That's amazing. She said he recently came to my work and to talk to me. Because of you, I stayed strong and I did not let him come into my office. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad that I could be a tiny part of that for you, Katie. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you. Christy says, I love the new background. You look great. Grateful for this beautiful day. Finally, my brother is catching on to narcissism. It's making things a little easier for him to understand our situation. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And I think, your brother, I'm glad your brother's catching on to it. And I certainly am glad to hear that he's making, it's making life a little easier for you, for sure. Katie said, I told the desk to not let him back. Thank you so much for the encouragement and advice. Without you, I may have fallen back into the trap. Katie, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much for sharing it. It means a lot. Dawn Elizabeth says, I'm doing it alone too, and thank you to James. Well, Dawn, maybe you can take Jillian's advice as well on the calling the bar association. What do you think? Stacy says, I was gaslit again last night. Times have been hard lately. It really drained my energy. Oh, girl, the draining of the energy, right? I know. I'm going to pause here and say something really quickly. One of the things that I have found, I talked to 2 different clients on 2 different topics about this yesterday, is that, and this is, I'm just going to share my example with you, but my example, sometimes when you tell yourself you are not allowed to do this thing, or you are not allowed to have this thing, or whatever. One of my clients was saying, I sometimes I just can't get out of bed till 3 o'clock. And I feel terrible about it, but I still work. I do my things because she owns her own business. And she said, but sometimes I just need to stay in bed all day. And I just feel terrible about it and I shouldn't do it. And I said, well, are you still managing your business? Well, yeah. Are you still getting things done that you need to get? Yeah, but I just feel like I shouldn't. And I said, don't do that to yourself. Give yourself permission to stay in bed until 3 o'clock if you want to. Another client had a similar issue. It was something else entirely. It was talking to a certain person in her life, and long story, but again, she felt like she shouldn't do this thing. And I said, well, if you tell yourself that you can't do it, then you'll want to do it more. And if other, so one of the things I wanted to say to you guys is, this is something that, like, when I was losing weight, I'm losing weight now. One of the things that has always been important for me, and I didn't realize until I was like, I don't know, 33, 34 years old, was that if I told myself I can't have something, which I did for my whole life until then I would want that thing way more than I ever did before. So one of the things that I do is, like, I'm on this diet thing, and I tell myself, you know what, if I want cake, I will have cake. If I want this, that, or the other thing, I will have that thing, but I just have to write it down in my little, journal thing, my food journal thing, which is really just an app now, but whatever, I have to account for it. I have to be accountable. But if I really want it, I can have it, and I'm not going to be mad at myself for doing it. And the thing is, sometimes when you take away the forbiddenness of something, and I'm not talking about the narcissist, I'm talking about other things, it changes in a positive way, and you don't really want that thing so much anymore. So something to think about, because then it was not a choice of, should I do this thing I'm not supposed to do or not? Then it was a choice of, well, do I want to have the cake, or do I want to keep losing weight? So it made a big difference for me. Anyway, I just thought I thought that was an important thing to share with you guys for some reason. It really helped my client last night. So, okay, let's see here. And also, Stacy, I want to say this as well. Being gaslit is going to drain anybody's energy, especially an empath, because we give so much of ourselves to other people. So just do your very best to avoid giving yourself to people who don't deserve your time. And if you must be around those people, which I know sometimes we don't have a choice, if you find yourself around an energy draining person, try not to look them in the eyes. I know that sounds weird, but it really does drain your energy further. And if you can pretend to look them in the eyes just by looking right above their eyes at their forehead, or right here at their nose or whatever. I tend to watch the mouth because I can read a lot in a person's mouth. But the other thing you can do is just intentionally be aware that they're trying to suck your energy out of you, and just don't let them, put up that little bubble, Okay. Dawn says, question, Angie, why do they sacrificial lamb you, and what do you do about it? Do you mean, why do they smear campaign you? Why do they throw you under the bus? They do that because they don't want to take responsibility for their own bad behavior or for their own issues. That's truly, in my opinion, why they do that, like, directly. Let me know your thoughts on that. Jen says, I feel alone. I feel you, Dawn. I think a lot of us have felt that way. And I know I have many times. I still do sometimes for different reasons. But it's still, yeah, I get it. Yvette says, like I said, I got hoovered in after 2 weeks, no contact. I'm mad at myself for having to start all over. Been going through this for 10 years. I always get suckered in at 2 weeks or so. I feel weak. Okay, first of all, sorry. One thing I would recommend for you, Yvette, is to sit down right now while you're feeling the way you're feeling and write down that stuff somewhere you can keep it. Write down how you feel. Write down why you don't want to go back next time. Write down your, feeling mad at yourself. Write down your feeling, what you're feeling, and then start over. And the next time, when you get to the 2 week mark, like go on vacation, or at least change your routine up a little bit. Maybe pull out that piece of paper and read through it again and remind yourself, because what happens, I think, is that at the 2 week mark, you've been away a little while, you feel a little bit calmer, you're not dealing with the crap every day. And so you start to forget the bad stuff. That's normal. I mean, to be honest with you, that's probably why our whole human race continues to exist, because people forget what it was like to give birth the first time. So they keep trying again. But 2 weeks is enough time for you to kind of develop abuse amnesia and start to only remember the good things instead of the bad things. And that's why I suggest writing down your feelings, writing down your emotions in great detail, and your reasons for wanting to start over again right now. Because then when you get to that place where the abuse amnesia kicks in, you can pull that out and go, wait a minute, let me look at this. I would also recommend, Yvette, that you stick with us in this chat in the mornings, because this group, the Spanily, the group on Facebook, the group at the myspanily.com, all of these groups are highly supportive and helpful. And I think, staying involved with other survivors is another really good way to keep your head on straight. So I hope that's a little bit helpful, and stop beating yourself up, because you can't change what happened. You can only change from here on out. You can't change back there. You know what I'm saying? So stay focused on what you want, not what you don't want. And when you start to get close to that 2 week mark, start, reinforcing your beliefs, start reinforcing your reasons, start remembering why, because you're going to start to forget. Does that make sense? Let me know your thoughts. Hello, Pineapple Angel. How are you? Welcome, welcome. She says, hello, thank you for all of your videos. You've helped me so much with my narc ex. I miss all of the attention and love bombing, but I'm glad to be getting out through help. Every day is a battle. Every day is a battle. Just so cruel. They move on. Oh, I feel you, honey. I feel you. They do. And they move on because sadly, they don't, they don't allow you to be who you are. So they feel you're filling a role for them. And so if you leave them or they leave you, they're just going to refill the role with another body. And sadly, they'll continue to do this over and over. And a lot of times people tell me, well, it's so weird because this person, like I had this one person who in college who asked me to marry him really fast. And I was like, I barely know you, dude. I was like 19. I wasn't trying to get married, And he ended up finding this other girl whose name was also Angie, who had the same kind of hair as me, who was about the same height as me, and asking her to get married. And she said yes. And I thought that was the weirdest thing in the world. But I was like, cool, because I'm not trying to be part of that. But I've heard people say things like that. They say they have a similar build, they have a similar face, similar something or other. This case was a really crazy one, though. I wonder who the first Angie was. I'm sure it wasn't me. But anyway, yeah. So moving on is part of what they do, but it's really never been about, it's not that there's anything wrong with you. It's about they cannot function alone. They don't know how. It hurts them to try to think that they have any faults at all. And so if they just move on, then, they're in the excitement of a new relationship again. And they think this is really the one, la, 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 just like they did with you. But in reality, that's never been the thing. So I hope that's a little bit helpful. I would suggest, Pineapple, that you watch my videos on the new supply. I think that will really help you feel a little stronger. Leah, Nova Scotia's here. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? Welcome back. She said, I am watching my friend's apartment after leaving North Carolina, and with the narcissist mother, police were involved. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hospitalized again for a night, so I'm so thankful for my quick escape. Leah, I'm so glad that you're safe. Please stay safe. I'm glad that you have the apartment to stay at for now, and I certainly hope that you are able to continue to move forward. Stay strong, my friend. Okie dokie. Hey, Arlene Robertson, welcome back. How are you, my friend? Hello, Mr. Fishy Hat, welcome back. Happy to have you. Hey, Rue, how are you? Rue says, what do you do when your self-esteem is so low the narc feels like the only way out? Oh, sweetheart. I get that. I get it. Believe it or not, I get it in a big way. What you do is you work on your self-esteem. It's really hard to do that when you're still with the narcissist, but you work on your self-esteem, you work on your self-value, and you start by dropping all the crap in your head that isn't yours. So I'll tell you, when I went no contact with a narcissist parent, I had so many things in my head that were such crap that weren't even things I believed. I didn't even know anything. I was not even like, it wasn't my own thoughts. I was thinking things, I was believing things and feeling things that were literally nothing that I thought of myself. So what you do is you got to go through this process. And what I have my clients do is I have them sit down and think about it, meditate on it, and write down all the messages that they have about themselves in their head. Maybe they think they're unattractive, they think they're not smart, whatever it is. Let's say that you think you're unattractive and you're not smart. I'm just throwing this out here because that's a common thing, okay? So you wrote those, I have my clients write those things down. Then, the next time we talk, I have them we go through the whole list. And now, who told you were unattractive and how did they tell you that? Where did that message come from? And we write those things down. And then we cross off those messages and we make a new belief system, basically, where, if someone told you you were unattractive, we get rid of that. We cross that off. And then we write, I'm beautiful, or I'm attractive, or whatever, and then we change our beliefs. Basically, you're rewriting your whole story. And this is where you start. Self-esteem being low is normal for us. We have been often raised by people who are beating our self-esteem down. And on top of that, not only are we raised by them, but then we end up marrying them or we end up in relationships with them on various levels. And they like us because of that, because being raised by someone who had that issue then leads you to think it's normal. One of my clients said to me the other day, I didn't know anything else. I only knew this. And so this is what I did, So it's a matter of changing your mind, changing your perception, choosing your beliefs, choosing your value, and dropping stuff out of your head that isn't your stuff to carry. The chances are, if you had a narcissist parent or friend or teacher or whatever that started to pull down your self-esteem as a child, and then that continued into adulthood, it sucks. But the truth is, it's really that person's problem. Whoever the original narcissist was, they're the one with the issues, not you. You just have to let go of their messages and create your own messages for yourself. Does that make sense at all? I hope so. Okay. Pineapple Angel says, I hope your kitty's okay. Me too. Dawn Elizabeth says, hi, Mr. Fish. I like Mr. Fishy Hat. That's a cute name. Malta says, good morning, Arlene, as does Dawn. Pardon me. Christina says, oops, dang it. Hold on, Christina. I'm coming back for you. I lost my place. Hey, Rose Hargrove. Okay, where were we? Christina, here she is. Okay. Christina says, I broke up with my ex-narcissist 2 months ago. I'm considering reaching out to his ex-wife, but I'm not sure how she'll respond. He once told me that she accused him of being a narcissist at the time. Christina, she said, at the time I believed him. He said she was projecting, and at the time I believed him. Okay. Listen, girl, I'll tell you something. I don't know what she's going to do, but I'll tell you that chances are she's probably a perfectly nice person. Narcissists hardly ever end up with assholes, pardon my language. But also, the other thing is, if she's accused him of being a narcissist, she's educated herself, and chances are she tried to tell you, or maybe wanted to tell you, or whatever, but knowing that you couldn't hear her at that time. Because the thing is, I've had people say to me, you really need to tell people they need to warn the new supply, because that's ethically wrong not to do that. But the fact is, you could try all day long to warn the new supply, but just like you said, you'll believe the narcissist, because in those moments you are being love bombed. And so you can't see outside of that. It's not possible for us to see that during the love bombing phase, in my opinion. Most 99% of the time, the news supply will not believe you. So with that being said, Christina, what I spoke to my ex-husband's ex-wives, like I was first and they were second and third. And they both got the same treatment. It was incredibly validating for me. And I think if you reach out to her sort of with your hat in your hand and you say, listen, I'm so sorry that all of this happened, or any sort of whatever, but would you mind talking with me about the situation? A lot of times they will talk to you. I was happy to talk to my new exes as well. So I think you might find some validation in it, but she also might find validation in just chatting and talking. Maybe you could just invite her out for a cup of coffee. And if she says no, back off. But I don't think it's a bad idea. I really don't, Christina. I think it might actually be really good for both of you. Let me know your thoughts. It was good for me, and I think it was also good for my ex-husband's other ex-wives as well. So he had 2 more that I know of, and I think he's married again now to number 4. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really stalk him very hard. So Leah says, I've taken the clothes she threw in the backyard. The rest is in her basement. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, okay. Well, Leah, you can get the police to go with you and help you get your stuff, but I don't know if that's a safe thing. I mean, stuff is just stuff. If you can replace it, great. If you can't and you really need it, then maybe you have a friend or a family member go over with the police and get your stuff. Let me know your thoughts. I don't even know if that's legal. I guess it depends on where you live. But I know the police will come with you and help you. So especially if you give them notice. Arlene says hello to Malta, and Jen says, yep, love that video too. Thank you, Jen. Catherine says she's listening on the lipstick. Thank you. Leah says, you're always beautiful insight now, Angie. Thank you so much. Back at you. And Anne says, hey, Anne, how are you? Welcome back. She says, morning to all of you and to Angie. Thank you for being there for me. I'm happy to be here, and I'm so glad that everyone else is here as well. Literal Best, hey, welcome back. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well today. And hello, Nicole, Angelina. And I feel you there. It's hard, it's work, but hey, what are you going to do? Stacy the Sparkling Star says, thank you. I will look for it. I need a new eyeliner. Yeah, it's just like L'Oreal fat eyeliner or something. I don't think it's called fat, but it's a thicker pencil. I'm not very coordinated with these things, and so I have to just kind of do real basic stuff with makeup. My hands are not that great with that stuff. Okay, Jen says, it's color on one side and gloss on the other. Lipstick, I think. Love it. Well, usually that's what I have used that, and I do like it. This is something different. It's like it doesn't have the gloss with it. I just put a separate gloss over the top of it. But it's like, it might be Color Stay. That might be right. But it's not the one with the 2 ends. I like those 2 though. Yeah. Cute Rabbit says, how do 2 narcissists expose themselves to each other, especially in a conservative community, forming such a gang? Well, that's a good question. I don't think that they even know that we would label them as narcissists, but I think that probably usually if you get 2 narcissists together, they don't like each other that much because there's a whole competition for attention kind of issue going on. But sometimes it works to where they will gang up on other people. How do they expose themselves to each other? They just kind of, I think, just like anyone else would, they talk about it, and they aren't going to say, oh, we're both narcissists, let's get together. That's not how it works. But it's a matter of, oh, this person's willing to do whatever I want to do or whatever I'm willing to do. I guess I would need to know more information about the situation. A lot of times in churches, if that's what you're talking about, you will see that. You will see people sort of ganging up on each other during, political stuff to do with the church. And you'll see, it's almost like high school. There'll be like a group of mean girls or whatever, mean wives, and it's ridiculous, which is, well, anyway, let me know if I need more information, I guess, Cute Rabbit, on what you're asking me specifically. Purple Belt says, hello, I'm going to throw a small family graduation barbecue after son said it would be nice. less running around for him. Recently divorced narcissist and his divorced parent couples invited. Yikes, any tips? Okay, wait. So your son is graduating and you're going to have your ex and your ex's divorced parents. Ooh, that's tough. Okay. Tips: keep it short and sweet. Have the food. I would do a lot of the food prep the night before. I would, keep in mind I'm doing this for my kid. I'm doing this for my kid. I would smile. I would pretend like everything was fine. I would say nice things to people about, people who are narcissists. I would, compliment them. A lot of times when you compliment a narcissist, they feel warmly toward you in the moment. And I would not say anything controversial or anything at all. I would just get it done and get them in and out in 2 hours or less. No joke. I get it. I think that your son is asking a lot of you, and I think it's really kind of you to do it the way you're doing it for him. But I think that's asking an awful lot of you. I would do it for my kid too, but it's a lot to ask. So I don't know if I'm helping at all with this answer, but I would just keep it short and sweet. Have everything ready as soon as, I wouldn't like start barbecuing the minute they get there. I would start barbecuing 2 hours before they get here so they could eat like almost immediately and be done. But that's just, I know you're having a party for your son, and so your son might want to hang out or whatever, but the other option is just to keep yourself very busy during the whole thing, doing the hosting deal, because being a hostess is hard. It's a lot of work. And, if you're doing it, right, you'll be too busy to really socialize too much with any individual person at that time. So my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. If you guys have advice for Purple Belt, please put it in the comments here. Jen Archer says, I second Angelina. Right on. And speaker. Wait, did I miss something? I feel like I've just totally missed a whole bunch of things. Oh, I see. And speaker says, I'm curious. I left my narcissist. They can just write you off. How is that possible after 7 years? They have zero soul, zero empathy. That's how, girl, that's how. They don't, I can't say they don't have souls, but like I am shocked often at how pod people like they do seem. And I'm not bashing people when I say that, but I just mean to say that they do seem so similar to each other in general. And, we have people here in this group from a wide variety of ages, wide variety of, races, cultures, creeds, countries, and yet our narcissists are also similar. Isn't that strange to anybody? I think it's strange. And certainly the zero empathy is the absolute reason that they can do that. The fact that we are literally a placeholder in their lives. We're just filling a role that they need filled. We're supply for them. And certainly they will just write you off and hurry up and go find someone else to drop in that place in their lives. And that sucks, but it's true. And you're absolutely right, Ann. It's the zero empathy factor. I think so. I think that's why they can't really get close to anyone. And I think that's one thing that we have over them as empaths is that we actually feel real feelings. We actually have an opportunity when we leave them to find real love in our lives and move forward and be happy. They will always be that way. We have the possibility of growth and change and real love. So yay for us. Yvette says, I'm having a really hard time, as sick as this sounds, without this person. Like really cutting him out, even though I still love and I'm in love with him still, because deep inside I know what's right and wrong. Sweetheart, take a deep breath. You're in a hard place because you're addicted to this person. And I know leaving someone, in fact, I'm working on a video about leaving someone that you're still in love with, because, if this person is abusing you, if you're really cutting him out, even though you still love him, deep inside, you know what's right and wrong. That's proof that you're going to make it, but it doesn't make it any less painful. What you have to do is you have to sort of, I like the logic factor. I like to learn about the science of stuff and understand why stuff happens. And that always helps me. And you have to see his limitations and see what they are and see how they aren't going to change, right? But on top of that, you have to look at him and you have to think, this person will never change. If I'm going to be with this person, I will spend my whole life being abused with this person. I will spend my whole life being a source of supply for someone instead of an actual person. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I know it hurts, but for me, the logic always helps. You know, the other thing you have to do is you have to mourn the person you thought he was. You can't, you're mourning the person you thought he was, not the person he actually was. Does that make sense? And then you have to do a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love, all of that stuff. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, Catherine, Arlene says separate item. Okay, good to know, Arlene, thank you. And let's see. Maura says, hey peeps, popping in for a second. Malta is here. Hey Maura, you're in good hands. Thank you, Maura. Big hugs and love to you, my friend. And Jillian, yes. Catherine says, invoice me. I would like a bracelet. Oh, I'm not gonna, I cannot invoice you right now, but I will let you know as soon as it is available. I will be putting up something and I'll wear them. I have one of each thing here that I'm going to wear and show you guys when I'm ready. I think it'll be next week before I do it, but I'll certainly let you know, Catherine. Let's see. Malta says hello to Maura. Dawn says I've been busy with my class and my medical. I feel you, girl. I hope you're okay. She said my specialist gaslighted me. I had to put an honest appraisal on them after telling them that I'm out of there. That makes sense. Jillian has big hugs for Maura. Okay. Thank you, Jillian. Cute Rabbit says, is a cerebral narcissist homosexual? That's a good question, and I cannot say that that's always the case. People who are homosexual are born that way, and if they're straight, if they're narcissist or not, depends on how they were raised. Not all cerebral narcissists are homosexual, and not all of them are heterosexual or any other kind of sexual. I don't think that's a safe assumption ever. So now I certainly know of cerebral narcissists who are homosexual, but I also know of cerebral narcissists who are not. So I don't think that's a safe assumption. Literal Beth says, I don't have much to say, but I missed you. You're such a positive influence on everyone every day. Thank you so much. So I just want to drop by and say hi and thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you did, because I really always enjoyed you in chat and always looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Freedom Lee says, I'm grateful for you, Angie, and this group, for my youngest daughter. And I'm going on a first date, for lunch next week after being divorced a year. Very cautious. I'm over the ex-narc. I love you. Oh, Freedom Lee, that's beautiful. And I just want you to have fun. Don't jump into anything too fast. Sorry for getting all mom on your butt, but let's be honest, we need to take care of each other. So yeah, I'm so happy to hear that you're over the narc. I'm so happy to hear you're going on your first date. I've done some videos about that, dating after you're healed. So check those out and just have fun. Just go and have fun. I can't wait to hear about it. Stacy says, thank you. That's good advice. Thank you, Stace. And Yvette says, I just had a drumstick ice cream for breakfast. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it, girl. Be happy about it. She said, I'm so bad. I'm feeling really depressed. Listen, I'm not saying that you should have drumsticks for breakfast. But what I am saying is don't beat yourself up about it. It's already done. And if you tell yourself, oh, I'm so bad, I can't do that, you're going to do it again tomorrow and every other day. But so what? The best time to eat ice cream is in the morning anyway, because then you have the rest of the day to work it off. What's up? But just don't beat yourself up. Just be okay with it and move forward. And if you're like me and you need to lose a couple pounds, then write it down in your little, sorry, I keep hitting my desk with the ring. That sounds terrible. Write it down in your little food journal and move on. Don't beat yourself up. Jen says, I don't know, Cute Rabbit says, don't, wait a minute, where was I? Cute Rabbit says, don't put your babies and elderly people with a narcissist alone. Yeah, that's a good point. So, of course, yeah, great point, great point. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Joe, how are you? Joe Sauter says, I'm thankful Angie helped me get my energy back. I had no energy on November 1st, 2017 to finally 101% energy now. I'm biking and swimming 2 or 3 hours. Oh, look at you, Joe. 2 or 3 hours a day, down from 255 to 225. Wow, amazing. Joe, you go. That's awesome. I knew you could do it. Joe, you guys, I don't know if I should tell you all the sorts of secrets, but I'm just saying Joe has probably a lot of muscle on him. Just say it. That's all I'm going to say. I'll let him tell you the rest. Okay. Freedom Lee says, great advice, Angie. Thank you. Jillian says, fabulous, Joe. Right? I know. Good job, Joe. Let's see here. Dawn says, question, Angie, why do they sacrifice you for them and what do you do about it? Again, Dawn, I think that it's all about them not taking personal responsibility and them getting sympathy for whatever it is that they're throwing you under the bus about. What do you do about it? You know what to do, girl. You walk away. And if you are in a situation where you're being actively smear campaigned, you don't waste a whole bunch of energy on it. What you do is you allow that person to, anyone who you think should be or will be on your side, if they ask you about it, you tell the truth. And you say, look here, you know me, you know I wouldn't do those things. If they doubt you, maybe you need to take a step back from those people until this is over. Because if they doubt you, then maybe they're not really exactly who you thought they were in the first place. Because if they know you, they should know you wouldn't do those things. Everybody else, I would block them. If anybody who you know, their side of the family or their friends or whatever, if they're attacking you, if they're joining in the smear campaign, block them. Block the narcissist. Do not respond to the smear campaign. It's not worth your energy. It's not. The only people I would even say anything to are those who are my people, as I call them, my people, the people on your side or who should you expect to be on your side. And that's only if they bring it to my attention. If they say to me, you know, I heard that you stomped on a puppy's head yesterday in public and laughed about it, then I would say, come on, you guys know me, you know, I wouldn't do that. You know, and if they're like, yeah, I think you did it, then I'm not going to continue that conversation. Don't waste your energy on people who won't hear you, my friend. That's what I would say. I hope that's helpful. And if you have more details, Dawn, because I saw that you asked that question a couple of times. If you have more details, please let me know because I want to give you a better answer if I can. All right. All right. Let's see here. Jen says, Joe, that's amazing. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Cute Rabbit says, can PTSD involve bipolar? I don't think that that's necessarily involving bipolar, but certainly the two things can be comorbid. They can both be in the same person. Is that helpful? PTSD is a direct result of trauma, as PTSD is a direct result of long trauma over the course of months, weeks, years. And basically, you know, certainly a person with bipolar can have PTSD, or a person with PTSD can have bipolar. And bipolar, they're two different things, is what I'm trying to say. Can they be comorbid? Yes, they can both happen at the same time, but they are not directly connected, in my opinion. Nicole, and now some of the stuff overlaps a little bit, so that's true, but they're not the same. Nicole says, hey, Nicole, how are you? She says, I came in at the perfect time. You're talking about starting over. I need to do that now, leaving my narcissist. I just haven't felt any strength. Struggled with certain stuff, but I stayed. I'm not saying that word because YouTube doesn't like it, but I'm glad that you stayed, and I'm glad that you didn't do that because, my gosh, no narcissist is worth that, my friend. I'm glad you're here with us. Starting over is important, you know, but the only time you really fail is when you stop starting over. You know, is when you stop trying, stop making the effort, stop starting. And what you're doing now is you're going to win. If you want to start over, okay, we're here with you. I mean, honestly, Nicole, I start over every single day. I'm not even kidding. Every single day I start over. And I don't think about the narcissist anymore. I really don't, unless I'm trying to relate to someone else who's thinking about a narcissist. But that's because of what I do for a living. You will get to that place where you don't think about them at all, and you stay focused on what you want, not what you don't want. And, you know, Nicole, give yourself some grace. Give yourself a break. Stop beating yourself up so much, honey. You don't deserve it. You've had enough of it. Love yourself. Let me ask you a question. If you had a child or a best friend or a sister or somebody that you really felt close to and really loved, and this person came to you and said, hey, this is what I'm going through. You know, this is how I feel. This is what I'm dealing with. What would you say to that person? Would you tell them, just get over yourself and move on? It's fine. No, you would say, it's okay. I love you. Everything's going to be okay. And we're going to get through this together, right? We got you, girl. We got you. Stay strong. Stay with us. Don't fall off the planet again. Stick with us. We'll help you. Okay. As much as we can. And love yourself. Don't beat yourself up like that. It's not helpful. It just hurts you more and you've had enough. Give yourself a break. Love yourself because you deserve to be loved. and cherished and pampered. And you've got to start with yourself. Promise you. Rose says, I'm thankful for so many things. I'm thankful for you, Angie. Hi, Rose. I'm thankful for you too. How are you? How are things with the son? What's going on? Talk to me. Nicole says, with you and Ollie Matthews, and God brought me through it. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that you got through it, honey. I'm so glad. Catherine says, love you so much. Back at you, girl. Thank you. And Jen says, don't look back. You're not going that way. Exactly. Yes. That's right. Good morning, Rose, says Mr. Malta. So good to see you. And oh yes, Jillian, Mighty Networks. Yeah. And so you can get the Mighty Networks app to go to myspanelly.com or just go through your browser to myspanelly.com. Very helpful. Catherine says, yes, total sense regarding 2 weeks. Awesome. Thank you. Carol Miller says, hi, everybody. Hey, Carol, how are you? Welcome, welcome. And Malta and Jillian say, hey to Rose. Rose says, hey, Malta. And Carol, hello. Dawn Elizabeth says, hey, Carol. Gloria's here. Hey, Gloria, how are you? Welcome, welcome. She says, went to Northern Canada with 2 friends to get my things for my second narcissist husband. The smear campaign was horrible. My former friends literally mocking and laughing. They're not your friends. They were never your friends if they treated you that way, honey. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's horrible. I cannot believe that you went through that, and I'm so sorry. I believe you. I can't believe people act like that sometimes. It shocks me, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. Nobody deserves that, but I'm proud of you for getting through it, and just stay strong, keep focusing on what you want. And now those people are behind you forever. Like someone just said a minute ago, don't look back. You're not going that way. Stick with us. We'll get you through it. Dawn's right there with you too. Carol says hello, and Jillian has to run. Thank you, Jillian. Thank you for being here. Stacy says hello, Carol. Hello, Malta. See you later, Baber. I still like that name. I don't know what happened to my message. I met a man who told me right away he was confident and secure. He told me he was the total package at the lottery with him within 2 weeks. Oh boy, I don't see the rest of your message. But what happened within 2 weeks? Yeah, that's very tough. And if somebody tells you, I'm the total package, what? I mean, come on. You have to. Now that you know what you know, you didn't know what you didn't know back then. I did a video the other day, something about forgive yourself what you didn't know when you didn't know it. Well, now you know better. So now you won't do that again. But I'm guessing that it didn't work out that well for you. All right. So sorry. Let's see. Malta says, hugs and love to Jillian. Have a great afternoon. Dawn Elizabeth says, hugs back to you, Jillian, and thank you. Carol says, hey, Stacy. And as does Malta. Stacy said, I hope everyone has a good day today. As do I. And Cute Rabbit says, Angie and Ollie Matthews, love you both. Thank you so much, Cute Rabbit. Appreciate you. Ollie is somebody I wasn't, when I didn't know him personally until I did the interview. And I was not sure, and I could tell he was not sure if he was going to like me. And I was not sure I was going to like him, but I really do like him. I know he's a little bit out there. He's outrageous, and he's some people don't like him, and that's okay. But if you can talk to him personally, it's okay. He's okay. He's a really interesting guy. He's very strong opinions and no fear of stating them. And sometimes people need to hear it that way. I have very strong opinions and I have no fear of stating them, but I'm also very sensitive to how people feel. And so usually I'm not as, I just try to stay really positive. Ollie's just, sometimes the in your face, I think in therapy, they call it gestalt, where it's kind of in your face, and some people need that. So I think Ollie's definitely there for a reason. And I think he helps a lot of people. So yeah, I like him. He's cool. All right, let's see here. Jen says, you too, Stacy. Catherine Chrisman has hearts. And let's see. See you later, baby. Says, oh, here we go. Then I ran into a high school friend who he got jealous about and grabbed my phone. 2 weeks in, huh? That's not good. That's not good. Gloria says, I'm so thankful to be out, even though I love my furniture and so much more. Girl, I feel you. And I'll tell you something. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's certainly not easy. It's certainly not, you're going to, but bottom line, even though it may have been very expensive and hard to replace, your peace of mind and happiness is so much more important than stuff. Stuff can be replaced. And I'm sorry that you had to lose your furniture and the other things you had to lose. but what you gained is your life back. That's beautiful. So I'm sorry that you had to leave that stuff. I know it's hard, honey, but just try to see the silver lining in that cloud. You know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe it would have kept reminding you of that person anyway. Maybe it's time for you to, change it up a little bit. I don't know. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, hey, we have James in the house. Hey, James, thank you so much. He says, Angie, can you do more videos about men dating after getting out of a toxic relationship? I don't want to end up with a fourth toxic woman. Yes, thank you. I will absolutely do that. I don't have a book. James, I don't know if we're friends on Facebook, but if we are, will you please message me and remind me? But yes, I will absolutely do that. And thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate you, my friend. James just donated $5. Thank you. Okay. Excuse me. I'm trying to get over this little tickle. Summer always gets me. Sorry. See you later, baby. I think you need to definitely distance yourself from this person. I think they've showed you a lot of red flags. Carol Miller says, nice background. Thank you. It's just a stock photo, a royalty-free stock photo. I like this Zoom platform because it lets me do certain things that it's my green screen, my green screen, y'all. Thank you. I like it too. Yvette Perez says, I never look for him or reach out to him, but he will always eventually pop up no matter what I've done or said to him. And believe me, I can be mean, but it seems to not matter. He will not give up. Well, then you can't give up either. What you have to do is block him and don't allow him to get to your heart. If you need to leave town for a while, then do that. Take care of yourself, Yvette. You deserve someone who won't abuse you. You deserve someone who will actually hear you when you talk and listen to you and be part of your life and make your life better, not become your whole life. A narcissist wants to be your life. And in fact, I've joked, but it's really halfway true, 3/4 of the way true, that if they could, a narcissist would put us in a box and keep us in the box on a shelf until they want us back, until they want our attention. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yvette says, oh yeah, I got you. Okay. So of course he's not going to give up because up to this point, you've provided good supply. Stop doing that. It'll help. Freedom Lee says, marvelous Malta, hey. And Malta says, hey, it's good to see you. Wait a minute, now I lost my darn place. La, 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 la. And where were we? Here we go. Okay. Joe, okay. I'm getting there, guys. I have a terrible time with this sometimes. Malta, good morning, Rose. Okay, we're getting there. Malta says, hugs and love to Jillian. Okay, I am there. Here we go. Malta says, good to see you, Freedom Lee. And Malta says, Angie, I really like your new studio and the amazing backgrounds. Thank you, Malta. I have a lot of fun with it. And I'm working on, I got a new camera, but I'm kind of dumb about it. I don't really know how to use it right. And so I keep messing it up. And I'm really tempted to just go ahead and use my webcam for videos because it's making me feel crazy. But I'm trying. I'm trying. Anyway. Rose says, my son found a car for me and I can't drive it yet, but now he's starting to demolish it through misuse. I loved it, but I think he's lying again. Oh, Rose, I'm so sorry to hear that. He's really, can you not put it in the garage and take the keys away? Is that a possibility? I don't know. I'm so sorry, Rose, honey. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Just be strong and keep your boundaries firm. One person who is a big part of my family, who I'm not going to mention her name right now, but she recently reached out to me and said, I can't do this thing I'm doing anymore. And so I just wanted to let you know, I still want to be part of this thing, but I can't do the leadership position I was doing. And I said, okay, that's cool. Thank you for telling me. And thank you for holding up your boundaries and being strong about it, because that's important. And so really proud of her for that. I don't know if she's watching right now, but if she is, girl, I'm proud of you. Okay. And I know that's a weird thing to say because now she's not helping, but that doesn't matter to me because I want her to be happy and to feel fulfilled. And if she's not ready to do that, then she should say it. And she did. And it's a big deal. And I'm proud of her. So yeah. Dawn says, or parents and siblings who plummeted my self-esteem. Dawn, I feel like I missed part of it, but Yeah, that's definitely not helpful. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little scattery right now. Anne says, it amazes me that parents can ruin a child's self-esteem. My mom did mine. Everything she did. Oh, everyone thinks she is awesome and can do no wrong on the outside world. Same. I don't want to go into any details on my particular situation because I don't want to give anybody any attention they don't deserve. But all I'm just going to say is it's the same deal for me. And I don't mean you, I mean my narcissist. Same deal. It's difficult, but you know what? The people who matter know the truth. That's all that matters. Yeah. I think, and that video I did with Ollie might be, the video I did about narcissist parents with Ollie might be really helpful for you. You might want to take a look at that. He's very angry in the video, but he says some really interesting things that will be helpful. Muffy says, blessed day, Angie and all. Thank you, Muffy. Appreciate you, my friend, and welcome back. Jen Archer says, mine is like that, Anne, except she's the introvert, right? Christina Shaw says, thank you. Right on. Joe Sauter says, Gloria, yeah, the smear campaign is initially tough, but I'm thankful for it now, and I love it. It helped me go into contact with 5 narcissists and 15 monkeys. I own and run 2 large businesses, and I have a large network. Joe, I'm so proud of you. I know you've been through hell and back, and I'm just really, really proud of you. Yeah. Malta says, blessed day to you as well. Hi, Muffy. How are you? Joe says, I'm now building more momentum, and I know with the new connections I've already made, I will do 2 times the business I've ever done before, and I'm happier. And that's what matters, right? That's what matters right there. Absolutely. Dan Daniels here. Hey, how are you? Says, yep, beat down. I've done Grey Rock a dozen times. Things go quiet, then they provoke. Court order says I have to communicate. I've said before, we don't agree, and she's verbally abusive. It isn't easy. I'm guessing there are children involved, right? Sorry, Dan. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. But welcome to this family. I'm happy to have you here. We will help you as much as we can to get through it. Muffy says, hello, there are Malta, my friend. Love the awesome background. Looks great, Angie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Muffy. How are you? Dawn Elizabeth says, back at you, Muffy, and thank you. Jen says, he can have it all. I'm leaving with what's left me. Yes, Jen. Yes. Yes. Go, girl. All right. Dawn says, I meant Muffy. Okay, I got you, girl. Muffy says, hanging in there. Thank you for asking. How about yourself, Malta? Praying you're very blessed. Anne says, makeup is hard. I know, right? It's hard. Joe Sauter says, Dan Daniel, yeah, man, I haven't been able to do Grey Rock. I just cut them off. You do what you got to do. Sometimes people are just not able to Grey Rock, and then you have to cut them off. But if you're still, and I know, I know Joe has had a tough time, and I'm just really, really proud of him for doing what he's done. Muffy says, thank you, Dawn. Many blessings your way as well. Malta says, Jen, that's the most important thing, and I'm so glad to hear it. Me too. Perfect. Cute Rabbit says, your smile is great, Angie. Well, thank you. That's the one I was born with. What's up? Oh, that's not entirely true. I did have braces when I was a teenager, but my teeth are moving back now, so I think it's almost the one I was born with. Let's see here. Jen says, thanks, Malta. And she says, I'm excited. It feels intoxicating. That's awesome. Dawn says, I wear very basic makeup because I was incompetent as a child. And it's expensive. It is expensive, yeah. But it's also fun sometimes, whatever. Yeah, mine's pretty basic as well. But, when you put on a red lip, people are almost red lip. People assume that you're wearing way more makeup than you are, apparently. I watched one of my friends who does makeup like professionally do her makeup, and I was like, what? Is it really that? I couldn't believe all the steps. Like she started putting, I was like, what is that? What is all this contour? I don't even know. So I just don't. I'm definitely not a makeup anything guru. I just wear what I like and I move on. Moving on. Gloria says, Joe, you're right. I have 5 too. No contact as well. I'm so proud of you. Awesome. Jen says, no alcohol. What alcohol? What are we talking about? Oh, I don't know. Joe says, Jen, you're more important than any stuff or money. You can get all that stuff and nonsense back fast. Focus on protecting your state of mind and health. Prayers, positive energy going out to you. Totally. Yeah. Buffy says, big MRI to check status of brain tumor. Oh, Angie, and what if anything can be done? Many prayers, welcome and appreciate it, guys. Oh, Muffy, honey, I'm so sorry. Everybody send light, love, and healing to Buffy, and let's hope that she's able to get through this with as, quickly and as little pain and as little trouble, and let's hope those things are gone or going. I'm so sorry, Muffy. I'm so sorry. I wish I could say more than that. Big hugs and love to you, my friend. Jen says, I agree, Joe, and thank you. And to you as well. I'm just trying to find the cash. No family, no friends, but I can see it coming together. Give yourself a break. Do the very best that you can. If you don't have family and friends, local churches can help sometimes. There are lots of different things, people, organizations that can help. So start to think about that and take a deep breath and just do the best you can. Stay as positive as you can, because, when we're stressed about the lack of money, we have more lack of money. So start focusing on that. Yeah. Okay. In fact, I think I'll do it tomorrow, but I have someone who is hiring people now, and I had her send me a list of requirements for the job. So I'll read that off tomorrow if you guys are here for my quick check-in. Yeah. Ileana says, how can it not be genetic? Are we talking about homosexuality? I mean, I think that's what you're talking about. I think it is genetic. I mean, not just genetic, but I think it's just how you're born. I mean, just like you're born heterosexual, you could be born homosexual. I don't think that's a choice. I don't think your sexuality is a choice. Personally, I think you are what you are. And if you happen to be, gay, transgender, bisexual, whatever you are, that's just what you are. You were born that way. It is just like I was born heterosexual. It is what it is, y'all. I think it's hate to consider it anything else. I do personally. And the reason I say that is because I have people in my life who are close to me who are gay and lesbian, and even one transgendered person who's close to me. And the thing is, like, every one of them has said to me, I wish that I could just be, at some point in their life, they wish they could just be normal and not be who they are. And that hurts my heart for them. But it also says to me that it's not a choice. It's not a choice. It's who they are. And just like, yeah, I'm going to stop because I'm not on this soapbox, but I don't tolerate that in my life. I don't tolerate hate. So let's move on. I mean, not, okay. Where was I? Muffy says, Dawn Elizabeth, not incompetent. We were just never really taught. All right. Yeah, I was never really taught. Yeah. She says, I know I wasn't. And at 43, I don't know how to apply makeup. I mean, look, I'm 43. I just do what I can do. And, you can go to a lot of makeup counters and they'll teach you. And let's be honest, you guys, YouTube is great. There's so many people on YouTube that teach makeup. I'm not one of them, but other people do. So you could definitely check that as well. But yeah. Carlita Vega says, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, Carlita, how are you? You guys, Carlita told me her story recently on video, and I'm working on editing that, and you will see a crazy story, but she is victorious and amazing. So I can't wait to share that with you. Carlita is also the co-author, along with Jillian, on one of my most recent books. Well, it's not that recent anymore, but it's out there. Donna Elizabeth says, hey, Carlita. And Jessica Rose is here. Hey, Jessica, welcome, welcome. She says, I just tuned in, and OMG, I love how you look today. Eye candy. Well, oh, thank you. I keep hitting my desk. Thank you. I appreciate you. Malta says, good afternoon, Carlita. And Donna Elizabeth says, thank you, Muffy. Jessica says, oh, good. Please do the video on how to leave someone you're addicted to. So hard. Okay. Yes. On it. Chelsea Smith is, hey, Chelsea. She says to Jessica Rose, yes, girl. And Jen Archer says, I used to say that I love him. I just don't like him. Now I forgive him, but I won't forget. Moving on soon. That's beautiful, Jen. That's exactly how it has to be. And, I think loving someone and just not liking them for future reference should only be applied to children when they do something really wrong. Otherwise, they don't get to be in your life. I know that sounds small, but come on. Joe says, Jen, the pathological lonely, and I mean, in some cases it might be okay. I should just, let me just retract that statement. Joe says, Jen, the pathological loneliness that follows narc abuse and going no contact was really hard. Keep going. You're closer than you think. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. And it is hard. It's very hard. But again, if you get out there and you just, you do your healing and then you start to move forward, just like Joe, you'll be more successful than you were before. It'll be even better. Okay. Valerie is here. Hey, Valerie, how are you? She said, I keep asking, well, maybe he isn't a narcissist. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not being grateful enough for what I have. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, listen. If you're asking yourself that question, you're probably not the narcissist. But Valerie, my question for you is, do you care how other people feel? Do you have empathy for other people in your life? Do you care if somebody cries? What do you do? Do you just walk away and ignore them? Do you try to help them? Do you care how your kids or family members or anyone feel? Are there people in your life that you care how they feel? If you're at the store and you bump into someone, do you care how they feel? Do you say, I'm so sorry? Or do you say, F off? You know what I'm saying? And chances are, if you care how people feel, you're not the narcissist. And the fact that you're telling yourself maybe you're not grateful enough for what you have, you're probably not the narcissist. I think it's easy for us as empaths to want to be the problem. And that sounds weird, but if we want to be the problem, then we can fix the problem. We can fix ourselves, but we can't fix someone else who doesn't want to be fixed. So please be very careful, Valerie, and take care of yourself, and it'll be okay. All right, you guys, I have to run. I'm sorry. I will be back here tomorrow for a quick check-in. And what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow for a quick check-in, and then I'll see you guys again Monday. I'll have videos for you in between now and then. So if you have any requests or questions, comments, concerns, things you want to talk about, pop it in the chat here. I will add the videos we talked about today to my list, but if anybody wants to send me an email to remind me, I wouldn't be mad at you. All right. I will see you guys soon. Have a lovely day, Spanily. Thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. Don't forget, you're never really alone. You have your Spanily. I'll see you soon, guys. Love you all.